Call of Duty points are now in Infinite Warfare. If you want the best way to get free Call of Duty points, click the link down in the description, install the app, and start getting yourself some free Call of Duty points today. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video. Today's video, I'm very excited because we're talking about nukes, De-Atomizer strikes. We've got a nuke gameplay up on the screen, and I'm going to be giving you guys the best tips you guys need to get nukes or De-Atomizer strikes, nuclears, juggernauts, whatever you want to call them. Get high kill streaks, get the bomb, and blow everybody up on Infinite Warfare. That's what today's video is going to be about. So for today's video, let's just go for a dummy amount of likes. Like, no like goal, just everyone hit that like button. Let's see how many likes we can get. I really do appreciate that. If you want to, if you don't want to hit the like button, you don't have to. It's not a big deal. I'm just happy to be making this video and to be giving these tips. So I wrote down 5 pointers for me to guide me through this commentary, and these are really good tips to help you guys get nukes. Of course, I've given a lot of tips for nukes when the game first came out like 4 or 5 months ago, but I wanted to revisit this, and I got this cool nuke gameplay the other day. It's like a 3 or 4 minute one using that Mark II variant of the NV4, and of course playing on the map Terminal, which is one I've been playing for, quite a few years. So let's get right into this. Now, the first thing I want to say is not everyone is going to be able to get this 25 kill streak. If you're a beginner player, an average player, that's why I say usually set your goals. If a good kill streak for you is a 10 kill streak, try to get consistent mercilesses, which is 10 kill streaks. If you're having trouble getting up to 20, but you can get consistent 15s, set the goals, know your limits. If you're a 0.3 KD player, you're probably not going to be getting a nuke anytime soon. These tips will still help you in today's video, but if you want to go out for a nuke, sometimes you have to start, try getting consistent 5 kill streaks, 10 kill streaks. But then of course there's people that are pub stompers that can get nukes, and I'm sure a lot of the people watching this video, to get a nuke, I'd say even if you have like a negative KD, you still have a chance at a nuke if you play really smart. And of course it's not going to happen very often, but on your best games ever, everyone can get a nuke. So the 5 tips here. The first tip is I just wrote down ammo supply. Now what this means is when you're going for a nuke, you need to get all the kills with the same gun. Now of course you're going to have the variant that actually has the nuclear on it, so you have a De-Atomizer variant, but then you have to get every single kill with that gun or with another De-Atomizer variant, but the odds of picking up another one off the ground are so minimal. You're basically going to have to get all 25 kills with that exact variant. Now, what I recommend for this is I recommend a few things. There's 3 different things that can help you out with your ammo supply. The first one is going to be under your combat rig. Now, there's 2 options for this. You can either run the Merc with Man-at-Arms, which starts you out with a huge amount of ammo, max stock starting ammo, or you can run the Synaptic with the Rewind, and that's what I'm running in this gameplay. You can see this because I don't have a super high amount of stock ammo, but when I run out of ammo, I use Rewind, which is essentially Glitch from Black Ops 3, but it also rejuvenates your health and gives you your ammo back. And that will refill my stock ammo, giving me back 120 ammo or whatever comes in the stock gun. So that's why I would use Rewind, or you can use the Merc Combat Rig with the Man-at-Arms. And as far as your perks for your ammo supply, you always have to run Scavenger 100% of the time. If you get a nuke without using Scavenger, you have the best aim in the gosh darn world, because you're going to run into ammo problems, and that's the first thing. If you don't have your class set up to deal with ammo supply, you're just never going to be able to get a nuke in this game because you have to use the same variant, or you have to use a nuke variant for every single kill. Next tip is going to be stealth. Stealth. Now, you're trying to get 25 kills in a row with your gun undetected. Stealth is a main thing. Things that help out stealth are silencer, are ghost, are dead silence. Things like this are not required, but the easiest way to get nukes, to get consistent nukes, to get your first nuke, whatever it is, to be consistent and get a lot of De-Atomizer strikes, you have to run a stealth class setup. I like to run the NV4 personally. That's my gun of choice. Maybe you like the K-Bar, maybe you like an SMG, but the silencer and the ghost, always you should be running those. Dead silence, I think, is an option. I don't usually run it. However, if you like to use a headset and you like to sound whore your enemies, dead silence is very good. The reason why I don't really use it that much is because most of the time when I'm playing, I'm on Discord talking to my buddies, or I'm listening to a podcast, or I'm listening to an album or something like that. And when you're listening to music, it's a lot harder to sound whore your enemies. However, if you want to go full on try hard, or if I was like recording a live video full on try hard, I would be using dead silence, because that is something that can help you hear enemies and get an advantage on them before they even get in the way. Next tip is going to be proper kill streaks. Now, Kind of a hypocrite for this one because in this gameplay I didn't have the proper kill streaks, but the reason for that is because this gameplay I wasn't really going for a nuke. It just sort of happened. You know, I was just going for a bunch of kills, low deaths. But what I mean by proper kill streaks is you have to get all the kills with your gun. So certain kill streaks are not really going to help you. Sure, the Vulture and the Warbird are pretty good because they do cause like a distraction to the enemies. But the best 3 kill streaks, if you actually want to make a specific nuke class that's your only goal, is to get De-Atomizer, UAV, Counter UAV, Advanced UAV. It's called the non-lethal kill streak setup. It's been around since Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is I think when it first started off using non-lethals. Back in MW3 we'd all run specialists for Moabs, but Black Ops 2 is when this started off, and those things are ones that won't get you any kills, but they will help you out a lot because UAV obviously gives you enemies' locations on the minimap. Counter UAV just causes, you're already going to have a silencer on, so counter UAV isn't as helpful as if you wouldn't have a silencer on, but that counter UAV just causes confusion. Casual players, when they don't have their UAV up, it's like it's their first time playing the map. It's like they're playing the new DLC maps, and that's why I like to run counter UAV. And then advanced UAV, of course, just shows every single person on the map. Ghost doesn't even counter it. Very, very good stuff. My next tip here is going to be map movement. Now, this one is a really obvious tip. Now, what I mean by this is you're not going to get a 25 kill streak running in for objectives and, you know, throwing yourself onto flags and hard points. Map movement is key. What I recommend is stick to the outskirts of the map. However, you can go through the middle of the map if you know it's safe. And that's usually what you'll see from my gameplays. Is I do go through the middle of the map occasionally, but it's usually early on in my streak, or if I know it's safe because I see them all spawning out there on advanced UAV or something like that. Map movement in general just comes with time. I can't sit here and tell you every single spawn on every single map and how to play at every situation, but it just comes with playing, experience playing, watching tip videos. That's where you get you know, your map movement down. But in general, the tips I would say is play it safe, man. Stick to the outskirts of the map. Don't push into tight corridors with an AR. Let your teammates go first. Play it smart and safe, because playing like a chicken with your head cut off, you're never going to get a 25 kill streak unless you're playing against kids that literally don't have any hands. And that's what I would say for map movement. Now, my last tip here is know what streak you're on. And now, a lot of people would say, oh, to get nukes, just don't worry about it. Just run around and, you know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's a fun way to play the game. But if you actually want tips to get consistent nukes, you have to know what streak you're on. Now, in that first gameplay where I got the 3 or 4 minute nuke on terminal, you can see I was running around just killing everything in sight. And it's really easy to keep track of your streak because of the pop-ups up on the screen that say nuke streak kill, you're 20 kills away, you're 18 kills away, you know, 2 kills away. It's really easy to keep track. What I recommend is for the first 10, 15 kills, I mean, it's different for every single player, but how I like to do it is the first 10 to 15 kills, I just play completely normal, rush happy, and when I realize, oh my gosh, 10 kills away from De-Atomizer strike, I slow down my gameplay a little bit more, and I ensure that I get that De-Atomizer, because when you first spawn in, you don't want to be playing campy for your first 5 to 10 kills, or else your De-Atomizer are going to be 8 to 9 minutes long. You want to be rushing, and then when you realize you're on a streak, you want to notify yourself that you're on the streak. You don't want to get nervous. You don't want to say, oh my god, I'm 10 kills off, you know, and start shaking. That does happen, of course, on your first couple of nukes. And, you know, I remember, I mean, even every single year when I get a new Call of Duty game on my first nuke, I still get nervous, even though I've gotten hundreds of them, thousands of them in previous Call of Duty games. But know your streak. Do not get nervous, stay calm, but know, you know, I'm 3 kills off here. It's probably not a good idea to push this. I should just sit out here with the head glitch and play it safe, because there's so many streaks I've choked in my lifetime in my Call of Duty career because I didn't know the streak I was on. I'm just running around killing people, and then I die and I open up the scoreboard, 24-0, and I go, I had no clue. You know, that's mostly in other Call of Duty games, because they usually, like, other games didn't pop up. Like in MW3, there's no pop-up on the screen saying how many kills you are away from the Moab. In Treyarch games, you do have your brutal streak, you know, your merciless, your brutal, stuff like that, so you can sort of keep track. But Infinite Warfare is definitely the easiest game to keep track of your nuke streak, and I definitely recommend that. Hope you guys did enjoy these tips. A lot of good tips here for getting nukes. I can probably, like, there's so many different tips. A lot of these tips apply to getting high kill streaks in general, and maybe I'll have to make like a part 2 with 5 more tips if this goes over well. Who knows? But these are tips that will help you guys get whatever you want to go for. Juggernauts, De-Atomizer strikes, You know, in general, these will help you get high kill streaks, increase your KD ratio, and drop those De-Atomizers on the newbie enemies. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys could, drop a like on this thing, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and let me know if you want part 2, or let me know in the comment section down below what other things do you have trouble with in Infinite Warfare, and what more tips do you want? You know, what sort of specific tips do you want from me? That's about it, guys. Sub for Cookie and Don't Looky, and I'm out. Peace. Have a great night.